And welcome back. In our last segment, we saw the legendary Ralph Stanley on the Opry stage, but hey, there is nothing like seeing the real deal in his element. At the Ralph Stanley Bluegrass Festival, held each Memorial Day weekend in the mountains of Virginia, the crowds come out each year to pay tribute to the king of mountain music. But for the thousands of fans who camp out for the weekend, the festival is a reunion of the bluegrass community, where the sounds of singing and picking are heard late into nightfall. Go into the mountaintop for many is also an experience of the sacred, as Ralph shares so well in his latest album called Shine On.
I've always loved sacred music. I was raised on sacred music. I believe in it, and I'd rather sing sacred as any other kind. Most bluegrass and gospel have got good harmonies. And in other words, when I sing a bluegrass song, I sing it the same way that I do a gospel song.
And there'll be much more gospel and bluegrass at the Ralph Stanley Bluegrass Festival in 2006 as Dr. Ralph celebrates 60 years in bluegrass, and we'll look forward to that. Our next artist is also celebrating 40 years since his start with Ralph and Carter Stanley with an award-winning album. Let's go back to the show for Larry Sparks.
Okay. You know, this year I got a really great Christmas present from one of the ladies in the whites. And she got me a Ralph Stanley tote bag. Now, I don't know if a lot of you have ever seen that, but Ralph goes with me everywhere. He carries everything for me from, you know, lipstick to little powder, what have you, little snack or something. And he even signed it for me. It says, "Allison, you're a great kisser." I said, "Thanks, Ralph, that is so nice." But anyway, I've got another guest here right now, and I wish that he had a bag because I would carry him with me as well. But he doesn't have one yet. But right now we are about to introduce one of the greatest voices in country music history, in my opinion. I have never heard anything like him, and I know there will never be anything like him again. He won IBMA's Bluegrass Male Vocalist of the Year this past year, and he should have won it every year in the history that it's been going on, and forevermore. Please make welcome Larry Sparks and the Lonesome Ramblers, people!
I wonder if it's raining in the mountains. Wonder how the old town looks today. And if the church is there beside the river, could I go back and find where Mama lay? Does life still go to sleep just after sunset? Are the berries still as big on the vine? Do old men sit and talk about the old days, the way they did in 1949? Oh, 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 how I'd like to be back in the hills of Tennessee. Oh, 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 it would be so fine if I could just go back to 1949. I wonder if by chance they might remember a teenage boy so wild and fancy-free, who always loved guitars and country music. If I went back, would they remember me? I wonder what became of Catherine Akers, the girl who broke my heart at 17. I barely can remember what she looked like. 30 years ago, she was my dream. Oh, 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 how I'd like to be back in the hills of Tennessee. Oh, 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 it would be so fine if I could just go back to 1949. years I've searched the wide world over for what I don't recall I didn't find. Now I'm searching pictures in my memory for Tennessee 1949. Oh, how I'd like to be back in the hills of Tennessee. Oh, it would be so fine if I could just go back to 1949. Thank you kindly, and it's good to be back at the Grand Ole Opry tonight. And I want to wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day tomorrow too. God bless all of you. I've got an album out called Larry Sparks 40, and it's available around the country. And I want to bring a couple of my favorite people out to help me sing on the fresh recording of it we just made a few weeks back and out on the market now. Dan Tominski and Allison Krause. Give them a nice hand if you will. Hey, Mama, here's a letter from your son. Well, I think my city days are done, Mom. It ain't been 3 weeks since I came. Hey, Mama, I do remember what you said. Say your prayers before you go to bed, son. And remember, city women ain't the same. I'm like a John Deere tractor in a half-acre field, trying to plow a furrow where the soul is made of steel. Oh, I wish I was home on where the bluegrass is growing and the sweet country girls don't complain. So much perfume, I thought I'd drown. And the Lord didn't seem to be nowhere around. Hey, I fell like a flower from the vine. Oh, she was pretty, Lord knows. Thought that she would bring me joy. She laughed, she called me country boy, Mom. And after she had been so kind, I'm like a John Deere tractor in a half-acre field, trying to plow a furrow where the soul is made of steel. Oh, I wish I was home on where the bluegrass is growing and the firelight shimmers and shines.
And we want to congratulate Larry Sparks for winning Top Male Vocalist and Album of the Year at the Big Bluegrass Awards show just a few days ago. Of all the honors, there is one that stands out to him, though, when we spoke to him at the Ralph Stanley Bluegrass Festival.
It's no place like the Opry, and that was definitely a highlight in my career. I've played a lot of places and sung a lot of songs, but the Opry is for sure a highlight.
Pretty cool, huh? We'll be right back with more Alison Krauss and friends on Grand Ole Opry Live.